Alright guys, so today we're going to look at moving my Rigid Industries spotlight, driving lights in the front, spot up there, whatever. We're going to be looking at moving them off the headache rack somewhere to reduce glare. So it's going to be like a custom mount 2002 era Chevy GMC truck custom mount kit. I don't know. We're going to figure something out.
Donkey's breath.
So when I got this truck about 9 months ago, I threw my driving lights back where those actually were mounted in this location here. So I threw my D2 driving lights there, and I also wanted to use up the spotlights. So I'm like, I'll just put them on the headache rack, which worked fine for a lot of things. They have a beveled washer in them, so they shoot out to the side a little bit, don't catch too much of the truck. But I do have a very large problem while using them, which was good in the summer because I'm in the bush and stuff like that. But now that I want to use them more in the winter highway, yes, a little bit questionable legally standing, but who cares? They glare a shit ton along this part of the truck and in the mirrors. So was a little bit torn between either putting them here where you see lots of guys, they get the brackets that fit and they bolt right here. They go across with the 40-inch or whatever. And then I'm thinking like, I just need to get them somewhere that isn't bad. So I'm thinking about right here. And I thought about putting them on the front, but I kind of want them up a little bit higher. So I think what I've settled on here was, yes, you'll probably see a picture of the mount in the thumbnail. You already know what I'd settled on, is a piece of this flat bar with probably a little welded angle or something in there, somewhere along here, depending on how big that is out there. It'll depend how forward it is. So then our light's gonna mount like right about here is the plan. So let's me just show you what they currently look like, and we'll take them off and relocate them. All right, so it's still the middle of the day while I'm doing this, but it's dark enough in the shop for you to get a feel of the whole thing. So I'm gonna give you this from the driver's perspective. Turn my regular headlights on. High beams. Those are the driving lights in the front, and those are the ones on the headache rack. That is what I would like to get rid of, is that glare in the mirror. Yes, the one looks high or whatever, but they're actually in the same spot. It's just that room goes so much further back. Roll it up, ground up, holes drilled, mounts ready. I think we need to paint them. All right, so here they are after paint. 3 tack screws, 1 bolt. Time to see if they fit. Of course, this is my 2002 2500 diesel, 6.6. Can't remember how much I mentioned before. I kind of built these to kind of fit right in this along here, but still clear the mechanism because I like to place them. Not sure exactly yet where I'd like to place them. They should more or less function the whole way. They could go more forward, but I think we're going to start with them pretty much as far back as I think they could go. I kind of built it so it would clear this mechanism. So I'm just gonna give her a try. See, I thought I'd just put one screw in before I really did this, but it wouldn't stay in the right space. But with 3 in there, she's real sturdy. This is the clearance I really wanted. Just enough to clear the head of one of these bolts. Just gonna need a little bendy tweak, or grind off part of the head. Who knows? We'll figure that one out. They're both in, they're wired up. I just used the harness I already had wired up for these lights that I had on the headache rack and just kind of flopped around the engine and tied her down. It's kind of like real scrub work. This is not a how to wire, this is a look at these brackets I built video. And on the note of the brackets, they're not the best design. Like, see these 2 holes here? Then over there's another set of holes beside that one. They're from antenna mounts on this vehicle before. It had a couple antennas for some radios in it. Yeah, so I mean, it's not the best wiring, but it's not the worst. I mean, they're all heat shrink connectors. And this is the run that went to the headache rack that was off the relay. I just cut that in, left the ground in case I ever want to do some reverse lights. The wire going down the truck is already there. So yeah, that's, yeah, I really did just throw it and put some tie-ups on it, hoping that heat shield and stuff over the back of the turbo will let it survive, which it won't. If it doesn't, I'll fix it. You know, do as I say, don't do as I do. And yeah, look how nicely dirty Desiree is. Anyways, you're here to see some lights work, see some clearance. Just perfect. This side, it catches for now, but I'm not too worried about it. I mean, they're not the most stable things in the world, but we're gonna try them out. Yeah, that's better. All right, more of the same in the truck, pretty much the same setup. Oh, started beginning. Normal driving lights like low beam, high beam. Those ones off the front, these ones off the sides. No glare, obviously. The positioning is definitely a little bit different, but we'll probably do a night test here and we'll really be able to see the difference. But yeah, let's go to the night shot. Final recap here we got. as you may or may not have noticed, I also, between that time and then, replaced my lenses and put LED bulbs in, but we're not really focusing on that. We're focusing on these guys. Last night we went out mudding, did a bunch of different things, a bunch of stuff you didn't see, but got good and stuck with the winch and stuff. Anyways, I also said these weren't that tough. Well, I actually whacked the absolute shit out of this one with a big old stick, a pretty decent clip, and it was all titty-wampus up this way and this way, because of course you don't leave this and this very tight, so if you do hit it, it'll just move, which it did. And this guy, still just as sturdy as when I put it in. This guy was all titty-wampus and it was all good. Pushed it back by hand, off to the races. Other than that, they are a bit of a weird location. I've had them for like 3 weeks now since I started this video. It took me that long to go out mudding. And there's a little bit more of a clearance issue than I thought with the nut being there. If I were to redo this, I would have cut it and welded it flush, and then there would be no issues with the hood. But it's a learning experience. I'm going to continue to try them out, but I'm not sure about them yet. Not sure, but of course I can't put them between this space, as that's where the winch sits when you put it in. So and I can't put them in the grill because now of course I have my cover on for the winter. I can't put them in there. It's like, I'll figure it out. But anyways, constructive criticism, I know, they're kind of, yeah, but they work, they function, so you guys have a good day.
My name is